This was great. This was showing God as very obnoxious, but lovable and funny. I guess we've said it before as like test or something, but you hear many people telling you that everything on you see on the outside is a reflection of the inside. And so you can get caught in that loop, right? If you believe that it's like that is the case for space and time, but there's also the understanding that, how do I say this? It's like when you ask for something, you're presented with options. But if those options don't meet what your desire is, then you can get disheartened. You can stop believing. You can lower your vibration to that. You can settle for that. You can accept that, right? And so then you get caught in that loop. Well, that's what everybody says, so I guess I called it in, so I guess I have to accept it. And then you're always disappointed, right? Where it's like, no, God's actually really obnoxious, going, how much are you going to suffer? You have to believe in me. You have to believe in you. You have to love you. You have to wait. You have to say no, 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 and wait for what you want to come along, knowing it, but knowing it, knowing you're worthy of better, that you're not accepting this less than, but also knowing it because you've done the work. So it does feel like a test, but it's almost like you have to know it's a test, in that you have to love yourself so much that it doesn't feel difficult to say no. But it's like, it's the idea of don't get caught in your head with denying a reflection if it's needing you to see something. So you really do have to know where you are on your journey, but don't get caught in the traps of those who are stuck in that reality. They haven't busted through that stuff yet. So you have to know where you're at. And so it was really comical in that sense, where it's kind of like you have to suffer, but it's really for your own sake. Oh God, help me get this out. It's like it's like you're proving to yourself how much you love yourself, right? So we're taught the reverse. Like many people want you to suffer to prove to them that you love them. How difficult can I make it so you prove you love me, right? It's a fucked up mentality, but if you think about it, that's what a lot of people in your life are doing. And so it's like, that's not what the message was meant. It's like, love yourself and know what it feels like when you don't love yourself. And that hurts and that's painful. So get back in alignment with yourself and love yourself and prove to me that you love me, right? Like, honor me, wait for what you want, decide on what you want, get clear on what you want, go after what you want. And of course you're going to get what you want. And it's like, don't have that doubt, right? Don't disbelieve in yourself. Believe in yourself. Do the work to prove to yourself. Be who you want to be, your ideal person, and always continue to strive to better yourself, right? That's the idea of you're only in competition with yourself. The rest really is an illusion. And you can get fixated on the illusion and keep calling in stuff because you get stuck in your head thinking you have to figure something out. And so it's like a fine line and a dance and a balance, because at times people ignore it and then miss the blessing because they miss the lesson. So again, you really do need to know where you're at. So there was that. Oh, this was the other thing that has been coming through. Like all day today, I recognized my foot was really like tapping or shaking, but not in a way that I normally do it. So I'm like, what the hell is happening? So it's like, oh, they're telling me something. Somebody's like really, really nervous about something. And then I found myself biting my nails. I do not bite my nails. And so I was like, what? And so they were like showing up, like putting the two and two together. Somebody is biting their nails and their legs going a million miles. So it's like, I think the idea is just somebody is really nervous, like really, really anxious and really nervous. And I don't even know what to say because it wouldn't really show me more. I don't know why, but normally anything that we're anxious about is a future worry, right? So then you're choosing to place yourself in double the trouble, like double the pain, right? So you're suffering right now with the illusion of a fear of something that has not occurred. So you're causing that pain to go into your body and that anxious and nervousness to go into your body, making your body familiar with that. So when you continue to encounter that feeling, your body is going to continually get comfortable. And so you're going to continually put yourself in anxious situations so that your brain knows what to do because it's familiar with those patterns. Okay? And so then you're actually calling in the thing that you're anxious about happening, like the bad of what you think is going to happen. Because you really would be excited and not anxious, right? If it's what you wanted. So make sure you're telling yourself the right thing. If you're focusing on the negative, then you are anxious and worried. If you're focusing on the positive, you're very, very excited. It's the thing you do want, so you're excited. So tell yourself the correct emotion based on the truth. Don't lie to yourself. Tell yourself the truth. Because once you can see the truth, you can correct it. So if you are focusing on the negative, you do need to take a look at that and be like, why am I flooding my body with these feelings to get familiar with, and then calling in the very thing I don't want, and then having to feel those feelings and experience that awful experience that I'm calling in that I really hope doesn't happen, only to make myself more familiar with it, and then I'll form the belief and hinge the misinformation that this always happens to me and I can't get out of this loop, and yet you're the one who's causing it. You're the one who's calling it in. So you have to make an internal shift. You have to make a change. You have to choose you. You have to get to the present moment and realize you're safe and everything is fine. But if you're stuck in that loop of some projected future thing, then you need to figure out the right questions. What if the best possible case scenario happened? Right? Like, what if? And start focusing on that. And be like, oh my God, that would be great. Oh, and that would be great. And that would be great. And you'll start to relax more and more. And then you'll flood your body with the good feeling chemicals, right? And you'll start to feel so much better. And then you can start to get excited about it. And then really start to ramp up that dream in your mind of how perfectly it really is going to go. Right? This is the simple idea of visualization. This is the idea of imagery. This is the idea that you've heard of a million times. A lot of athletes do this, right? Like they visualize them, hitting every ball that's swung there, or however you say it, getting it in the net or batting it, or can you tell I don't watch sports? But the point is they focus on the outcome they desire. They focus on the outcome they desire. They see themselves a winner each and every time. And so you need to do the same. And don't go wild if it doesn't occur that way. In other words, that's what you need to focus on. That's what you'll call in. The more you practice that, that is actually what you will get. Now, if you have a bumpy road to start and you encounter some scenarios that you don't want, don't collapse and be like, well, that's it. I give up. I give up. See, this always happens. No, get honest with yourself. Where was your vibration? Where was your doubt? Where were you not loving you? Where did you look outside yourself. Like, what's the problem, you know? So just do the work, that's all. Sorry, I'm very feisty today. So hopefully that helped whoever I was tapping into. Really, I mean, very, very unnecessarily worried. That's what it felt like. A worry bug. Okay. All right.
Thanks so much for tuning in and listening. You can now purchase an audio journey with me using the link below.